Morocco is a land where time does not rush.
It moves like the wind over the Sahara, sometimes quiet and soft, sometimes strong and full of stories. This is a place where mountains touch the sky, where old cities whisper secrets, where desert sands sing when the wind blows across them. A land where ancestors watched the stars, where traders crossed dangerous deserts, where storytellers filled nights with tales of heroes, gods, spirits, and brave queens. Before we begin this unforgettable adventure, subscribe, like, share, comment, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss another journey through history. Today, Morocco is famous for its beauty, its food, its colors, and its mix of African, Arab, Amazigh, and Andalusian heritage. But before the modern world came, before cities rose and kings ruled, before mosques and palaces and bustling markets, there were people who lived close to the spirits of nature. They had gods of mountains and gods of water, gods of war and gods of harvest, gods who protected, gods who punished, and spirits who watched silently from forests and deserts. This story begins long, long ago, far before any written record. It is the story of Morocco, told in one single breath, flowing like a river from the mountains to the sea. A story of tradition, culture, spirituality, ancestors, golden ages, war, peace, kings, queens, and empires, all woven together like the threads of a Moroccan rug. Long before maps existed, before cities were built, before Morocco had any name at all, people lived close to nature. These early Amazigh Berber ancestors lived in small groups, fishing by the Mediterranean and Atlantic, hunting in the forests, and farming near rivers. To them, the world was alive. The mountains were not just rocks. They were giant spirits watching over the people. The rivers were not just water. They were blessings given by unseen hands. The desert was not empty. It was a world of secrets where ancient winds carried the voices of the past. They believed in powerful gods. Amun, god of hidden things, worshipped especially in Amazigh and later Egyptian-influenced Tanit, goddess of the moon, protector of women and children Anzar, the rain god, whose tears brought life to dry land hither, the sun, seen as a powerful father watching over all Afrique, an old spirit of protection linked to Africa's heart. Every night, elders sat with children and told stories of creation. Before humans, the mountains stood alone. Before the mountains, there was only the great sky. And from the sky came light, and from the light came life. Their stories shaped early spirituality. They respected ancestors deeply because they believed the dead never truly left. They lived in the wind, the rain, the stones, and the stars. Every tool they made, every fire they lit, every journey they took was blessed with small prayers like, "Guide our feet, protect our food, keep harm away." Their world was simple, but it was full of meaning.
Pull harder! We need to finish this row!
Look! We are faster than the goats!
As time passed, the ancestors of Morocco began to build small villages. People no longer moved from place to place. They learned to plant seeds, grow crops, and keep animals close. The land was rich with possibilities. Barley, wheat, olives, and fruits grew under the warm sun. Villages grew by rivers near the foot of the Atlas Mountains and close to the Atlantic coast where fish were always plenty. The Amazigh people, the first known people of Morocco, slowly formed a strong culture, one that refused to disappear through thousands of years. They built round houses with strong walls made of earth and stones. They stored food in clay pots and smoked meat for long journeys. They kept sheep for wool, goats for milk, and donkeys for carrying heavy loads across long distances. Their culture was shaped by what they saw every day. The mountain taught them strength. The desert taught them patience. The sea taught them courage. The forests taught them resourcefulness. At night, the entire community gathered around large fires. They shared food, sang songs, and watched the stars. Elders told stories about how the world was formed, how the mountains were once giants, and how the moon protects children at night. Children listened with wide eyes, dreaming of spirits that watched them from the sky. The Amazigh language, known today as Tamazight, lived in songs, proverbs, and oral stories long before it was written down. Their ancient script, Tifinagh, began slowly, carved on stones and used to mark important places or names. One of their beliefs was that every family was protected by an ancestor spirit. Before planting seeds, they spoke soft prayers. Before traveling far, they rubbed their hands with oil and asked the mountain spirits for safe return. This early culture was peaceful, full of cooperation, and based on sharing. But Morocco's location made something inevitable. People from faraway lands began to hear stories of this place, its gold, its salt, its strong horses, and its strategic land sitting between Africa and Europe. And soon, they began to arrive.
These perfumes and silks are of the highest quality. We look forward to the next shipment.
The trade is acceptable. Our people welcome this commerce.
Many years passed, and new travelers began to reach the shores of Morocco. They came from across the Mediterranean Sea, from a place called Phoenicia, which is today Lebanon. They were expert sailors, some of the best the ancient world ever saw. They traveled with boats loaded with goods, purple dye, glass beads, fine cloth, wine, perfumes, and carved wooden tools. The Phoenicians built trading posts along the Moroccan coast. Lixus, Tingis, and Mogador became busy markets where Amazigh people traded with newcomers. The Amazigh gave gold ivory leather, salt horses, spices, olive oil. In return, they received weapons, beautiful glass jewelry, pottery cloth, new farming tools. Trade grew faster than ever, and Morocco became important in the ancient world. Soon, a strong North African empire rose, the Carthaginians. They were Phoenicians who built a powerful city called Carthage. They brought more ships, more trade, and more influence. Amazigh chiefs worked with Carthaginian leaders and exchanged culture and ideas. Children learned new tools. Farmers adopted new irrigation systems. Sailors learned navigation tricks. But Carthage had ambitions. They wanted power. And whenever great powers rise, war follows. Carthage grew stronger, and some Amazigh tribes began to resist their control. They were proud people, independent, brave, and deeply connected to their land. Small battles broke out. Amazigh warriors fought fiercely with spears, round shields made of leather, and fast horses trained in the mountains. Carthaginians fought with metal weapons, strong formations, and trained armies. Neither side fully won, but something changed forever. Morocco was no longer hidden from the world. Other powerful empires now turned their eyes toward it, and one of those powers was the mighty Roman Empire. Rome was a giant, an empire so powerful that its footsteps could shake the world. And as Carthage weakened, the Romans moved across North Africa, taking land piece by piece. Morocco, known to the Romans as Mauritania, became their next destination. But unlike other lands Rome conquered by force, Morocco's story was a bit different. The Romans did not invade first. They negotiated. They chose an Amazigh prince named Juba II, the son of a respected Amazigh king. He had been educated in Rome, trained in philosophy, science, and leadership. The Romans trusted him. The Amazigh respected him. So Rome gave him a kingdom, and in return, Juba II kept peace between Rome and the Amazigh tribes. Juba II married Cleopatra Selene, the daughter of Cleopatra of Egypt and Mark Antony. Together, they brought art, knowledge, and diplomacy into Morocco. Under their rule, Morocco became a shining center of learning. Cities grew. Volubilis, Sala Colonia Tingis, Tangier, farms flourished. Olive oil became famous across Rome. Trade expanded. Beautiful buildings rose, mosaics, baths, arches, temples. But peace never lasts forever. After many years, Rome decided it wanted direct control. They absorbed Mauritania into the empire, and Roman soldiers marched in. Some Amazigh tribes accepted Roman rule. Others resisted fiercely. Rome was powerful, but Morocco was not easy to rule. The mountains were high, the desert was endless, and the Amazigh were warriors born from land and stone, quick, strong, and stubborn. Tribes like the Gaetuli and Mori fought back. They attacked Roman roads, soldiers, and trade routes. They knew the land better than anyone, using hills and forests to their advantage.
Attack! Hold the wall! Push back!
These battles lasted decades. Rome controlled the cities, but the Amazigh controlled the wild lands. Eventually, Rome accepted this balance. They built only where they could hold. They traded with tribes instead of trying to conquer them. For a time, there was peace again. But far away, a new faith was rising, one that would change Morocco forever. A faith from the deserts of Arabia, a faith carried by traders, travelers, and wise teachers. In the 7th century, news spread across North Africa about a new message, a message that spoke of one God, justice, fairness, and equality. Islam arrived in Morocco not as a storm, but like a calm wind. Traders brought it, storytellers explained it, Amazigh tribes listened, studied, asked questions, and slowly embraced the new faith. It connected them with other lands, Arabia, Egypt, the Middle East. It united tribes that once fought each other. It gave them a new identity, a new purpose, a new direction. But not everyone accepted it at once. There were disagreements, there were misunderstandings. Some tribes resisted, wanting to protect their old traditions. But over time, Islam settled deeply into Moroccan life. Mosques were built, teachers arrived, families taught their children to pray, to read, to share, to care for others. It was during this period that a new, powerful idea emerged. Morocco should not be ruled by outsiders. It needed its own king, its own dynasty, its own identity. And soon, a young man named Idris arrived, seeking refuge. He was from the family of Prophet Muhammad. Peace be upon him. Many Amazigh people welcomed him. They believed he could unite the land and give Morocco a new destiny. And he did. Idrisid founded the first true Moroccan state in 788 CE. He built a capital in Fez, a city that would later shine as one of the greatest centers of knowledge in the world. The Idrisid dynasty united tribes, developed trade, expanded farmland, and invited scholars from faraway places. Fez became famous for its universities, its libraries, its markets, its beautiful streets, its spiritual learning. Children learned to read. Families built strong homes. Craftsmen carved wood and shaped copper. Women created stunning textiles and jewelry. Morocco was becoming more than just a land. It was becoming a powerful identity. But as the Idrisids grew, new forces rose, stronger, ambitious, ready to shape Morocco's future in ways no one expected. The desert was about to speak again, this time through a movement of discipline, faith, and power. From the deep Sahara Desert, a new movement rose, strong, disciplined, and filled with purpose. These were the Almoravids, known in Arabic as Almoravitun, meaning the people who tie themselves to God. They began not as an empire, but as a small group of spiritual warriors who wanted to purify their people's faith and protect travelers crossing the dangerous desert routes. Led by men of great discipline like Abdallah ibn Yassin, the Almoravids grew fast. Their message spread from tribe to tribe, from oasis to oasis. They preached unity, honesty, justice, and the importance of learning. Their early followers were Amazigh desert tribes, tough, loyal, trained by nature to survive harsh heat and endless miles of sand. Soon, the Almoravids became more than a spiritual group. They became an army with a mission. They pushed northward, uniting desert tribes under one banner. City after city joined them, impressed by their discipline and fair leadership. When they reached Morocco, everything changed. They founded a new capital, Marrakech, a city that would later become the heart of Moroccan power, music, color, architecture, and magic. Marrakech was built from the red earth of the land, giving it the nickname the Red City. Markets grew, scholars arrived, traders from West Africa brought gold and salt. The Almoravids connected the Sahara to Morocco and Morocco to Spain, building strong bridges of trade and culture. But the Almoravids were not just leaders, they were protectors. When Muslim kingdoms in Spain, Al-Andalus, were threatened by Christian armies, the Almoravids crossed the sea to help. They fought great battles and saved entire cities from falling. Under their rule, Morocco became powerful, a force respected across Africa and Europe. But as all great powers rise, another movement was growing quietly in the mountains, ready to challenge them. A movement even stronger, stricter, and more determined. And so, we pause our journey here. We have seen Morocco before crowns and capitals, a land guided by spirits, ancestors, and the rhythm of nature. We have watched villages rise, gods fade into memory, new beliefs take root, and the first great powers shape the land. From ancient Amazigh ancestors to Romans, from old gods to new faiths, Morocco has begun to find its voice. But this is only the beginning. Far beyond the desert horizon, stronger dynasties are rising. Empires of discipline, faith, knowledge, and power are preparing to shape Morocco's destiny. In the next chapter, the land will shake, cities will rise, and Morocco will step onto the world stage. If you've enjoyed this journey so far, support the story. Like this video, share it with someone who loves history and culture. Comment what surprised you most about Morocco's ancient past. and subscribe with notifications on so you don't miss part 2, where Morocco enters its age of empires, great rulers, and world-changing moments. The story continues, and you are part of it.